1,600 yards this year, led the 49ers in receptions. You may recall that he had a huge game in San Francisco's win over Miami in Super Bowl 19. And now as Gayle Gardner rejoins us after reciting that list of Roger Craig's virtues, it's ironic to note that, in truth, he is not nearly as famous to the casual fan as a rookie out of Nevada, Las Vegas.
A certain young man known as the Ickster, who has refined the art of dancing beyond anyone's wildest imagination. Strength and speed, size and instinct. Ickey Woods had the gift of making all the right moves on the playing field, but could easily have made all the wrong moves in life. He will be the first to tell you that he might have been the original nowhere man. As in, where are you headed, Mr. Woods? Hey, nowhere man. Suffice it to say that his life has hardly been a song and dance. He is just one of those things, an infectious phenomenon. He of the ponytail, the silly little shuffle, and the extraordinary athletic gift. But what you see now is not always what you got. Everything changed for Ickey Woods in the spring of '87. My stepbrother got killed. He got killed by a drunk driver, and my best friend in the world, he got killed. He was shot 19 times and had his throat cut. As determined as his course seems now, it took the drug-related murder of best friend Andre Horn to set that conviction in motion. Two people pointed him in the right direction. The first, his mother, Sylvia Taylor. She's always had dreams of me one day being able to take care of her and things like that. She told me when I was 5, watching a football game one day, that I looked up to her and said, Mommy, I'm going to play professional football one day so I can take care of you. As he prepared to play out his last season at UNLV, that childhood dream, though alive in his head, was dying in reality. Enter assistant coach John Montgomery, who became his friend, his mentor, the father that Ickey Woods never had. I would get away with a lot of stuff. Sometimes I wouldn't go to school or something like that, but John, you know, he wasn't for that, so he'd come to my apartment and get me out of bed and make sure I went to class. And looking at this guy, I didn't know him or anything like that, and I said, oh, this guy must be blowing smoke up my behind or something like that. And so I said, well, I have nothing to lose. So I did everything that he told me to do, and I did it 100%, and here I am. A year's time, a lifetime, from lost soul to Bengals heart and soul, and perpetrator of the nation's newest dance craze. A concept hatched in his living room the day before playing the Cleveland Browns while his mother was fixing his ponytail. I was just, you know, jumping from side to side, and I said, when I score tomorrow, I'm gonna do this. And my mom said, boy, you better not do that. I said, I got to, Mom, I got to. And so when I scored, I did it. And when we got back home, she's like, boy, didn't I tell you not to do that dance? I said, yeah, Mom, but I just had to do it. That kid, he's got all the moves. As they say, look who's doing it now. From you, Mom. And Ickey Woods warming up live as we look at him, hoping he'll have the opportunity to do the Ickey Shuffle this afternoon. You know, what's interesting, his teammates will tell you that they're happy that he's gotten all of this attention and that the little shuffle is caught on. But in reality, he is an outstanding fullback. They were impressed with him the day he walked in the door. Yeah, he replaced Larry Kinnebrew, who was huge, you know, 260, 265, and very effective as a straight pile-driving kind of runner. But in addition to his ability to duplicate that, to power run, Ickey has the ability to cut and slash, and in that way is a little bit like, not quite as good a cutback runner as James Brooks, his partner, but duplicates a bit of Brooks's ability in that regard. There's a tendency also to overlook James Brooks, but he has been so outstanding for them as he has been in the seasons when nothing seemed to matter. And you could very well see a big afternoon from him today. As we head to this break, let's take a look at the man whose job is to protect Boomer Esiason and open up the holes for James Brooks and Ickey Woods. Very possibly the best offensive tackle in football, Anthony Munoz of the Cincinnati Bengals. And that whole offensive line is plenty big and plenty good for Cincinnati. When we come back, we go.
Standing defensive end is a 3-time Pro Bowl selection. Please say hello to Minister of Defense, contestant number 4, Reggie White of the Philadelphia Eagles. Go for it!
Thank you very much. How many of you hate waking up when you were in high school or elementary school or whatever, you hated waking up going to school in the morning? Well, When I was a teenager, that's one thing I hated. I remember my mother used to come to me every morning. We know how mothers are, as sweet as they can be. And she used to come and say, Reggie, baby, it's time to get up and go to school. And you know, you wake up with stuff in your eyes, your breath smelling. Say, Mama, Mama, I just don't feel like going to school this morning. Can I stay home, please? She said, look, Reggie, son, you've missed 31 days out of school. Let's go, son. What's the matter with you? Some girl done broke your heart? And I woke up and looked at my mom, got my leg ready. Well, since my baby left me, I found me a new place to dwell. It was down at the end of Lonely Street at Heartbreak Hotel. Well, my mother said, get up, boy, or I'll knock you upside your head. And I said, let me tell you one thing, Mama. I'm the greatest fighter ever set foot in this house. I'll knock you out. I got a left-hand iron, got a right-hand of steel. If the left hand don't get you, Mama, the right hand will. She said, look, son. She said, look, I'm losing all type of respect for you. I said, nobody respects me, Mom. I tell you, I'm so ugly and I cry tears going out the back of my head to avoid my face, Mom. I tell you, get no respect at all, I tell you. She said, look, Reggie, now, if you don't get up, I'm just going to have to smack you upside your head. I said, go ahead, Mom. Make my day. She said, look, I'm not going to fool with you no more now. Quit acting like a dog. I said, roar, roar. Reggie, you're acting silly, son. So she went in the bedroom, and I hear something. So I wonder what Mama doing. So next thing you know, I hear something outside. I said, oh, no, Mom to call the U.S. Army. So I went in, put my Rambo outfit on, went to the window. Thank you. God bless.
Strong, Red. Tell me this. I know you enjoy entertaining people. Do you enjoy this as much as you do sacking quarterbacks?
Well, I enjoy entertaining people, but I enjoy sacking quarterbacks because they pay me a lot of money to do it.
We're going to pay you, too. John's got a little bit of something.
Yeah, John told me he got a contract for me.
Come over and talk to John. He'll give you
Don't worry about a thing. You're taking care of it.
All right, do not go away. We will be back with more.
Very funny.
Very strong.
Very funny. What's happening now?
Well, we have more people coming out.
Absolutely.
Come on, help me out a little bit. Come on.
Charged by Jack Lambert. He's lobbing it deep. Stallworth. Touchdown, is it? Touchdown. Stallworth. Joe Green, who's intercepted a pass, comes up with a fumble at the 5-yard line. Rashad. He heaves him. Swan. Touchdown. Man, what an acrobat.
Win one for the Chief. That was our battle cry, so to speak. Win one for the Chief. And to see him standing up on the podium there with Chuck and the commissioner and Dan, it was just something real, real special. Can't be replaced by anything I've ever been a part of.
It was really quite easy being Art Rooney. You just went by what the Constitution said and treated everybody equally, behaved as Shakespeare wrote, to thine own self be true, and practiced what Jesus taught, love thy neighbor as thyself. Easy. Easy for the Chief. The man never changed. He lived in this same simple downtown neighborhood all his life, raised a family in this house, and stayed here till the day he died. It's only about a 5-minute walk down here to Three Rivers Stadium. And when the Steelers finally won a championship after 40 years of trying, he came into the office and he heard the receptionist say, "Good morning, World Championship Steelers." No, 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 Mr. Rooney said. We don't have to tell people that. You see, win or lose for the Chief, the Steelers were all the same. In Pittsburgh, in his neighborhoods, in his church, and the good people. And no matter how big he got, the same good man always walked these streets.
Like one thing about Pittsburgh, the #1 city. And the one thing that I believe, and I sincerely believe this, is that what made them #1 city was the people.
You know, I would say our father tried to tell us of many things and values, but the biggest thing he really talked about was trying to treat people right and to be, you know, just that people were really good people. He said that often.
He was a street guy. He liked to talk about the street and the activities going on. The guy running for the office, what we thought about him, and, you know, and he'd just joke about it. And he'd bring a couple of his stories in about the past. He liked to talk about his past because they were the good days. No phonies, and, you know what I mean? He would just talk straight up to you and say, here's the way it went. And he'd kill about an hour's time, but we made up for it, though.
I say hello to everybody. Half the time I figure that people think, who's that? Not because I do. I walk them down there. I say hello to everybody because, you know, that so many people say hello to you. I guess they've seen me on television, and I figure that they know me. And
so often since I've been back coaching, you know, I'd been there watching the film, and he'd walk by the door and have a cigar, my boy, you know, and I miss that. I just miss seeing him, miss talking to him.
He was the same from the time that I saw him until, you know, until the very end. You know, he really never was anything different. Was always the same person that was, you know, just did so much for all of us.